Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday. It's my day. Welcome to Williams World. Woo woo! I'm your host, Will I Am. Before I get started, I always got to introduce my main man with the master plan, DJ Chuck B. Y'all know him as Charles Brakely. What's up, Chuck?
What's up, Will? Hey, man. Again, like I always say, I'm always ready. You know what I'm saying? Every time I get on here, it's a great time. So, again, if you rocking, I'm definitely rolling. So, let's roll, baby.
All right. Oh man, this woo. This is a good one here because me and this young lady go way back. It's funny we go back 30 years and we in our 20s. But
Exactly. That's right.
I just introduce everybody to this young lady. She's a creative writer, a public speaker. She has a clothing line. She models. She does look. I'm gonna let her tell you a little bit about it. So, the lovely and talented Miss Moneira Hawkins. What's up, Mo?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
We
Great,
doing great. We doing great.
great,
That's
great,
good.
great.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute,
It's
but
been
I'm
a minute.
feeling great like class of 88.
I
Yes.
know that's right. No hate, no shade, no shade.
Cut, cut, cut.
Ah.
I'm gonna let y'all get that. I'm gonna let that.
Okay.
Get that. Before we even get started, why don't you let our viewers know who Miss Moneira Hawkins is? Tell us a little bit about yourself before we delve into the questions.
Woo, that's a good question. Um, a wonderful woman of God, a mother, a business owner, a friend, a creative person, a person with a lot of ideas and visions, and somebody that's just, trying to build an empire.
Mm.
Um, and just grow, grow each day. Been through a lot, come through a lot, the ups and the downs. I'm talking about the deep, deep holes and the valleys, survived it, walk by faith, not by sight. I'm that person. I'm a basketball mom. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm a hairdresser mom on the other one. Yeah. So, that's really my life and just business, walking God's word and living every day and having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's a lot too, juggling all that because we broke it down earlier, the different things that you're into and all of the different activities that you partake in. And I was particularly uh wanted to ask about the mentoring program that you have, for teen girls. Could you
Um, I'm not really
you
doing
not do
that too much
none no more?
anymore,
Okay.
but
Hmm.
I still do mentor, whenever is needed. And
Hmm.
I just recently became a certified life coach. So it's
Oh,
just
great, great.
anybody, that reaches out that needs
Hmm.
that one-to-one. I have clients that I see weekly and
Hmm.
meet with weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or when it's a need.
Hmm.
So basically, that's what I'm doing now. And I used to love the mentoring.
Hmm.
When I did it at my church in Baltimore,
Okay.
and I was the ministry leader for the ministry Divas, and
Okay.
that was the young girls, the teenage girls. So I did that for a while, and I really did, enjoy that.
Okay. Awesome. Hmm.
So, could you go into a little bit more detail? A life coach. So you just mentoring on the trials and tribulations of life and growing up, or I'm I'm interested because that's another. What's the word I'm looking for? That's another area that
Mm-hmm.
Chuck and I were entertaining because with the climate of the world today, a lot of young men out here with no guidance, and we
Yes.
want to reach out and literally put our arm around them and say, "Look, bro, been where you at.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be okay."
Right.
So,
Right.
we wouldn't mind getting some tutelage from you because, I mean, all we got is what we
Mm-hmm.
went through, and a lot of times it's hard to approach this next generation because a lot
Right.
of don't want to be approached. So,
Right.
what are some tips that you would give us or anybody else that's interested?
Basically, like I used to do with the teen girls, it's just I allow them to become familiar with me. But as you said, like I've been where you've been, I had to really peel off some layers. Even with my adult clients now, you got to be able to peel off some layers and just be honest about what you've come through. Because my motto for that is I can't speak on nothing or anything I haven't walked through. So I only speak, from experience. If I walked through it and survived it, then my thing is let me pull you through it. Because if I could see right now, especially with the young girls, I could see that they're really headed down, this wrong road and, a dark path. I tries my best to kind of pull them out. The ones I can reach that want to be reached, like you said, some of them don't want to be talked to. But if they're open and willing, then I'm willing, because I have a daughter as well. So when I look at them, I'm like, that could be my daughter, or that is my daughter. Let me, see if I can try to reach them and just be transparent. That's all, and just keep it real, and don't try to, like beat them over the head. Never judge. I never judge. I always put myself in that place. Right. And, that's really how I approach it. I went to a prison before and spoke to a room full of men. That was like the most wow thing I've ever done. Wow. And, I'm standing up there speaking to all these men, but I was just real. And by the time it was over, they were coming to me, like thanking me for what I shared with them. And I reached them, even fathers, because I shared the story and, how my children's fathers were not there at that time. So, I just was honest and they got it. So that's the best thing I could say is, don't judge them, put yourself in their shoes and really just be honest with them and to reach them where they are.
Right. And see, I would like to, in order to be approached, I would rather be approached by somebody who's lived that life versus someone who's just, read it in a book. You know what I mean? Exactly. So again, that means more to me. It would mean more to me in that way. I mean, if someone did approach me. So I did have a question for you, and some of the people probably don't know. So I do want to throw this out there. As far as a life coach is concerned, can you break down the steps, let's say, for a session? Like when somebody comes in as a life coach, what are like some of the topics or problems that you tackle right away? Or let's just say the first day of session. I'm coming to you, first day of session. What? Boom. Here I am. Help me out, Moneira. What I'm supposed to do?
Okay, the first day is basically that's your 30-minute free consultation. I'll say 15 to 30-minute free consultation. I'll see where you are and exactly what it is that we have to pinpoint. Like, why do you need me to help you to get out of that space? How can I help you to get out of that space? And so we talk about that. I'm writing notes, I'm taking notes. And then after that, I ask them, okay, how do you feel? Do you want to move forward? I don't push myself on anybody. If they want to move forward, we go ahead and schedule the next session. But I leave them with a homework assignment. Like you have to bring me something back. And I'm not, and I say it up front, I'm here for you. I will hold your hand, but I will not do the work. This is not for me to do the work for. You have to do the work. You have to be willing to change, and you have to want to see change, in your life. And I'll applaud you. I praise you. I'll walk with you, talk with you, everything, even off time when we're not scheduled. If you need me, text me. I'm here for you. But that's how I approach it, and I just be like, honestly, if you don't want to do no work, like really don't waste my time and don't waste your time. And I'm just being real. I'm not a therapist, so I just get that straight. Like I'm not a licensed therapist, LSW, all that. I ain't got that behind my name. I'm just, I'm a life coach to coach you. You in the basketball game? Look, how we gonna win this game? And I always say, like, wait, did you see? Did you play like a girl? Yeah, that's what I do. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's basically, how I approach it. Give them examples, leave them with a homework assignment, and I'll say 99% they schedule, and we just continue on. And I've seen progress, and I get a joy because when they actually apply what I've advised, it's like they see the change themselves.
Okay, great.
Wow. Hey, salute to you. You went to a prison, a men's prison.
Oh yeah.
And spoke to the men. Salute to you. So we have something in common. I went to a prison and talked to a lot of guys. Fortunately, I was an inmate. We was in the chow hall, but please find out where a lot of because everybody in there, it's a melting pot. Unfortunately, the situation is It's a little different, but that is a great place to get all kind of thought processes, what somebody's going
Exactly.
through, because a lot of the times, um, guys are in there, and it started from childhood
Mm-hmm.
into
Yes.
adulthood.
That'd be the root.
Never had guidance.
That'd
Never
be the
had guidance,
root.
and you'd be surprised at how many people. Well, you did it, so I know you're not that surprised anymore because, like you said, you touched so many people and gave them hope. Like, yo, this is not this is not the place. This is not the norm. Because for a lot of guys, like guys that we grew up with, we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
We all come up together. We all
Right.
say house. We've seen it, and for a lot of them guys, they believe that's the norm. That's life because nobody ever pulled them to the
Exactly.
side to coach them and say, "Hey, listen, come off the bench. I'm going to put you in the game. But this
Exactly.
is the play I want you to run. Let's run
Right.
the play first and see how it works." So
Right.
salute to you because that took a lot for
But
you.
wait a minute, William. Just to add to that, I really get it because I was there. So when I go to the prisons to speak to the men or the women, I'll be like, hold up, don't look at me because I got this suit on. I was you.
Yeah.
I tell the women when I go to the women's prisons, I sat in that very same seat on
Wow.
the other side because I did something I had no business doing at the time. So I don't look at me like I'm judging you. That is far from what I'm here for. I just want you, if I can help you apply what I did, because when I left out that gate, I made up my mind, yo, I'm never coming back here. Y'all will never see me again. Like, I'm done. I'm done. And like you said, for some, it's not that fortunate because they turn around, and they do go back. But I just made up in my mind. So I just go and I share my real life and tell them I was you. So I totally get it. I was you.
Yeah, that's true. And see, and this is good because a lot of people, especially when we were coming up, we didn't know about a life coach. We didn't know
Right.
about therapy. We didn't
Right.
know nothing about that. So you only know what you know. And
Exactly.
when we were coming up, cool to us or cool to a lot of people were, going to jail, getting locked up. They celebrated that more so than actually going to college. They come out,
Right.
they get a party, whatever, and it was crazy.
That's so
So
true. So true.
being as though you've been a life coach, what is the success rate? Or could you give me a kind of a success rate or a number or ratio of the successes that you had as far as being a life coach and seeing that person turn around?
I would say, honestly, maybe like 98, 99%, to
Wow.
be honest.
Wow.
I've had people that started and, like they didn't follow through. So I'm like, okay, I'm here, when you want to pick back up. But I'm being honest to like, I have a pastor right now and I love her and I'm her life coach. And just to see that she takes and she applies it and she even has noticed, some of the changes within herself, and within her
Right.
life. So it's those type of things that when I see them, it just really like gives me joy that they really take it and they apply it, because it's really, I can't share anything that I haven't been through, and I can't give you any tools that I really don't know how to use. I can't show you how to work a drill, honestly, if I really never worked that drill before. So that's really what I do. And again, I enjoy it. I have 2 men that just signed up with me, I would say like in the last 90 days. And it's just a matter of them just like you direction. Still, and I'm talking, like when you in your 40s, it's never too late. Don't get me wrong. But when you need direction, okay, how can we help you? Like, kind of turn it around and get this thing together. So yeah, that's really my success rate. Honestly.
That's awesome. I would think any percentage would be a success for you because of the fact that you're taking that time out and you're seeing different changes in the person. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So again, yeah, that's great. I definitely love to hear about that. And see, this is great that people do hear about it, because then they'll say, well, hey, maybe I might need a life coach.
Right.
You know what I mean? And let's let the people know, when do you think you would, like, what is the reasons to need a life coach? Can we break that down?
Some people are, again, direction, don't know where to start for something. It's people who just want to start a business. They see, they see me doing it, but they don't even know how to get started on doing it. They think it's like, oh my gosh, I got to have $100 million, a big, this big amount of money. I got to have this. No, it's really not all of that. So it's basically just breaking some things down, sharing resources, and really just, you know, getting them to make commitments to themselves when they're
Right.
doing things, make commitments, you know, and habits that they have. And let's get rid of some things. Or, you know, even I have these really 1, 2, 3 young girls in Prince George's County, you
Mhm.
know, up there by like DC.
Yeah, I know where that
And
is. Yes. Mhm.
okay, yeah, like 2 are sisters and one is, you know, they're friends. But like the things that I just, you know, I tell them, I'd be like, okay, we might got to get rid of some people. Like, you know, some people might not be good for you. It's just like those things like that. It's just anything that you, an area that you need help in. That's
Mhm.
why I say in that initial consult, let's zone in. Why
Mhm.
are you here? Basically, you
Mhm.
know, why are you here? What do we have to go on? And let's get to work. That's the main
Mhm.
thing I say is, okay, let's go to work. Like, let's
Right.
go to work.
I just had to throw that out there in case someone was thinking when they would need one. So you answered all the questions. So I appreciate that. Thank
Okay,
you. Mhm.
sure.
I
Mhm.
also appreciate something you said about if you in your 40s, it's never too late. So now I know what to look forward to when I hit my 40s. I know I got a chance. Um, Something else that you know, something that you and that you and Chuck um breezed over during your conversation. It's so sad because it's a big reason why me and Chuck talked about this too. Because most of our youth, like a high percentage of our youth, they celebrate going to jail and murderers and like they not heroes. They not our heroes.
Hmm.
We didn't come up like that, and
Right.
that is a huge part. I mean, and social media
Thank you.
unfortunately sometimes glorifies it, and
Yes.
we need to step in because I hate to say this, but a lot of times, you know, it's the old adage, okay, nobody cares until it happens to them. But we're trying
Hmm.
to prevent that. You know,
Right.
I have children. You know, we
Right.
all,
Of course. Yeah.
you know, so and we have relatives and best friends with children, so they're all our children. And the
Hmm.
goal is to try to say, even if I say one child,
Right.
you know, one
Then
turns
that you've done something great.
I've done
Mhm.
something great, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why we salute you in that aspect. And I want to move on because woo, we just at letter A. You got a whole alphabet worth of things. I mean, how about you want to start with the creative writing?
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's like back then I just heard like something say like write a book. Or I just say the voice, you know, I heard God say, you got a book, write it. So I just, you know, I wrote my book, and then it was always when I noticed somebody needed something, I would kind of proofread,
Mhm.
and I learned how to write resumes. And
Mhm.
then, you know, I just learned how to come up with things, and that's when I really did like the creative, you know, creative writing.
Mhm.
So if somebody still needs, you know, a resume tweaked or whatever today, I'll go ahead and, you know, I'll help them, because if they need a letter written for something and, you know, they don't know how to place the words,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
that's just a small gift that I have. I'll go ahead and I'll write it up for them, very professional. You know,
Mhm.
people who have had appeals and they've lost, and I'm like, no, you know, let's get these words on this paper, because they're
Mhm.
going to release your money, or, you know,
Right.
they're going to do this or do that. Like, let's get this written
Exactly.
right here. So, you
Mhm.
know, and I'll go ahead and I'll help them out. So that's basically, you know, where the creative writing comes in. At is just like things that you need, written documents, resumes. And when I, you know, I wrote the book and told the story, and it's just being creative in it, how you word it.
Yeah, that's very important too, because a lot of times you can write something and it can maybe perfect, and it could be I mean, once you write it, you think it's perfect, but then just like taking those different words and, and you know, replacing them with other words makes
Hmm.
it so much more, I guess,
Yeah.
professional. You can say,
Right.
you
That
know, and
makes
it
a
makes it
difference.
seem like you articulate these words very well, and they're like, wow, look at how you put this together, and
Right.
that's very important. You know, you could be saying the same exact thing, but just the word that you use could make it mean that much more, and that's crazy.
Exactly.
What
So
they
yeah,
say,
you know,
it's not what you say, it's how you say
I
it.
say right,
Thank you. And that's true. And I'm gonna give you a
right.
quick example. My daughter got sick earlier
Mhm.
this year. And long story short, I didn't like how the hospital treated her.
Mhm.
So I reached out to the head of the head. Okay. over the hospital. And I wrote an email and I expressed how I feel. Well, just to say that email went before the board. And then I had 3 members and the doctor who treated her call and apologize to me.
Yep. See, and you're right, because the further it goes up the chain,
Absolutely.
it has to talk their language. If it doesn't talk their language, they ignore it.
And that's what he said.
Right, exactly. If it doesn't speak their language and it's real basic, they're like, never mind, let's go.
Yep.
But being as though you articulate those words and put them together, they say, oh, this is an educated woman, so we may have to take this a little serious because she may know a little more than what we think she knows.
Yeah, and then
So,
he said
it's
that.
very
He said, I've
important.
never received a letter written like this. So
Right.
I had to take it to the board.
Exactly.
Not a problem. I'm just expressing as a mother how I felt.
It's sad, but it's very true. Trust me. They will ignore you if you send something up there that is poorly written. Trust me.
That's the sad thing. You are so right.
Mhm.
The difference between night and day, because it's the same way you could tell somebody, hey, give me some. Somebody eating something, give me some. It might not accept that well, but
Right.
you eating all day. You mind if I you share some of that with me?
Right.
So
Right.
Be more than welcome to share with
more than
you.
welcome. Some of y'all. Depends on what it is.
Right.
You know, it depends. But you said a mouthful with that, and that you're gauged at differently too.
Right.
Because people think you're not educated, especially like Chuck said, higher up the corporate world. A lot of times, you know, they feel like you are on their level.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's true.
So,
Yep, that's true.
So when you change your words, and you ever see that movie In the House, Queen Latifah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she said something about the room, and he said, "What?" She said, "Well, if I said it like this, my, what have you done with the drapes? They're so amazing."
You got it.
It's
right. That's what it is. Yep.
How you receive, you're received the way you open up to people.
Right.
That can go a long way as well.
Right.
So keep on being creative with what you already want. You know, since we were kids, you was always a little different. Like, okay, you was articulate in a time where we thought articulate wasn't cool.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You was
Right.
you had mannerisms and stuff then. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We was young, we didn't know no better. Now, you know, we all and thirst for it. You already had it. So I'm not surprised.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, hey, it's the truth. So
Thank you.
That's very true. Hey, look, we got some comments out there. We better get to them. I don't want them to get too stale.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yes, indeed. We got Izzy Meditate. She says, good evening, beautifuls. What's going on, Izzy? Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Izzy.
She says, love it, changing lives. Yes, she is, Izzy. And I'm gonna tell you, like, you know, these little things here go a long way, man. I'm telling you, like, just knowing little things like that we didn't know coming up, man. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. Okay, we got now. I'm gonna just warn you, Moneira. We have people that speak to each other because we have a family here in Phil Good Talk. They speak back and forth. So Izzy says, hello, Jamila.
That's
What's
all
going on,
right.
Jamila? She's in here somewhere. I gotta find her. Tom Mitchell says, evening, y'all. What's going on, Tom? Thanks for tuning in. And I don't know where this guy came from. He says, my guy. There he is, William Dickerson. What's going on?
My man, Tom.
He's doing double duty. And he's speaking to Izzy Meditates as well. And Tom Mitchell says, let me get some money.
Me too, Tom. I asked him after the show.
There you go.
And he says, Will, you can still remember being a kid? Oh, he asked you a question. Wow.
I'm still a kid. So I got until tomorrow, yesterday. I'm still a kid.
Oh, man. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. You know, continue with the comments. And yeah, you I was looking at some of your you have a lot going on, so but I was looking at one of your aphorisms, and I like it. And it says, and I had to write it down because it's pretty long. So not long, but I just wanted to get it right. So it says, it does not matter how many degrees you may acquire, what title rears your name, but it is the measure of your integrity to uphold your character when no one is looking. I love it. And that's one of my aphorisms as well. Like we were just talking about corporate. So that's why I brought that up now. Because a lot of times, like I said, when you go up that corporate ladder, is all about titles for some
Right.
reason.
It is.
I've told them before, and I've told them, see anybody, I don't respect titles. I respect your character. And this says it all right here. I say this all the time.
Right.
Because a lot of people get mixed up in that. Just because you are the CEO or the COO, you can say whatever you want to say, or the manager over top of the whatever, VP over top of the manager. And I don't agree with that. Where I come from, I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? If you say something wrong to me, I'm going to address you. Period. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they mistaken that for aggression. They mistake that for being a bully. Because I was called this before. I was called a bully. I was called bully, aggressive and intimidating. And that's not me. That's not my character at all. But it was from a person that came into the corporate world who didn't know me at all. And they ended up moving him anyway. So it was cool. But put it like this, it went all the way up to HR and I won. But again, this is where we talk about these different titles, these different, how people like bark on these titles when it doesn't mean them. So I love this aphorism, and I always use this. So me and you have something in common as far as liking, that particular topic. But again, to me, like I said, I respect your character, not your title. So
yeah, I've run into that a couple times. That's what made me really have to write it and put it out there.
Right.
That I run into people with titles, and the funny thing was, or I would say like the wow factor is when I ran into it in ministry. You know what I'm saying? Like a title. And it's like, it still didn't matter what your title was, because we really all here for the same reason.
Exactly.
Whether it's in the corporate world or whether, it is in ministry, we are really all here for the same reason. So a title really is like nothing to me. And if anybody asks me the best titles, that I'm not into that. So like Mom, Mama Mo, and Aunt Mo, man, them the best titles that I got. Okay, that's it. I'm good.
Right.
Them is the best titles that I have. So I have really run into that. And even the people with the titles had to come back on down here to me with another title, because they really didn't understand what it was going up here. So me down here had to help them up there. But yeah, you want to walk around with this big title. But,
right.
Who are you for real?
And it seems like the further you go up the ladder, the more you lose touch with reality. You know what I'm saying? And common sense. Yeah. Because it seems like the higher you get, the less common sense you need. Now you just say dumb stuff just to make yourself look important.
Right.
And it's like, are you really serious? You asked me this question, or to solve a problem that can't be solved. It's like we can't solve this. This problem is just going to happen. But it's how can we stop this? We couldn't have. It was just something that we couldn't do. So again, I love that aphorism. So
sure,
I might
get one today.
Huh?
I wrote one today. I was at work.
I
wrote. It's a short one.
Okay.
Why spend $5 on a double Whopper when you can go to McDonald's and get 2 burgers, a chicken sandwich, and some fries, and a shake with the $5?
I know the common sense. There you go.
Right. Exactly.
And
but
you say, "May I have some all you want?" No, that don't work with you. I get what you're saying. A lot of times it's meaning in everything you say and do.
Right.
It's the way it's received. It's the difference. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like you said, I mean, not all, but most people up there, like you said, they lose touch with reality.
They do.
And because they're so set in their ways, and they're like, "Hey, I run this, I run that. I'm wealthy, and I can do," and that'll make you lose touch with reality. You know what I mean?
Well,
sometimes that'll get you knocked off your perch.
Right. How true?
Because you lose, number one, you lose that hunger along with that sense of reality.
And that's true.
You know what I mean? So that's why we figured we needed you on here, because you still got that drive and hunger. You keep striving for more like we do. That's why it was meant for us to have you on the show. We're on the same astral plane,
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Now, Moneira, I've heard through the grapevine, you have a clothing line too. Is that true?
I do. Yes.
Can you break down? Let us know what the name of the clothing line is, and what type of clothing you have?
Sure. I have it's athletic wear and leisure wear. And I'm wearing one of like the exclusive shirts, NBL5, NBL5. Here's
Okay.
the wait, let me see. Can you see the
Yeah,
logo?
we can see it now. Yep.
Okay.
NBL
So
5.
it's NBL5 and it's not by labor, but by favor. And
Oh,
so
okay. Not believe. Okay.
yeah, I kind of snatched it from my pastor. He says it all the time, but it's like this one particular Sunday, it reached out to me and I was like, Pastor, that's a shirt. Cause me, I'll put anything on a shirt. Okay.
Right.
So I'm like, that's a shirt. So I just went like a week later and I called my t-shirt person at the time and I was like, make me up some shirts and put this on it. So he did, but I never did nothing with it. And I still have like two of the shirts of how it started, honestly. And then I would say at like the end or mid end of last year, 2020, it just came to me, and I'm like, look, I need something. I want to do something. Like, come on, God, you got to give me something else. And it just was like, it was the do NBL. And so I just did it and start reaching out to people. You reach out to some people, you don't get the feedback. So then I'm like, okay, show me where to go. God directed me to people. I reached out to them and it was like everything was really, lined up. But it's NBL5. You go to the website. It has Facebook, IG, and it's athletic wear, leisure wear, and you walking in favor. I mean, who don't like favor? Favor ain't fair. I'm just saying, So, we just got the men's t-shirts in. Okay, yeah.
Okay, great.
T-shirts. Yeah. So we just got the men's t-shirts in. We got the new summer drop coming up, the 4th of July drop. And it's just, it's a business clothing line. I really never thought I'd be into this, but this is where he has me. And it's a whole new world to learn, but I love it. I love the people he sent me. My daughter is the face of the brand, but we also have, 3 other models. And,
Okay.
that's it for right now. And I like my team. I like my I love my creative director. She's like my sister. But yeah, I love it. And so it's really it's a lot of work, but I love it. NBL5, that's me all day.
Awesome. What about the are you designing clothes as well or
No. Don't add nothing. Don't add nothing, Charles.
Okay, no, I'm just I didn't know. You had a vision, so I know.
It ain't that big now. It ain't that big. No,
right.
we just started, but no, we do have well, the biker shorts. We have the leggings, jackets. We have a multi-wear jacket vest that you can wear a few different ways, and the tees. And for the summertime, we had the skirts. That line is done right now. But no, I'm not designing anything else until something else drops. My daughter sends me a lot of stuff. My creative director, she sends me a lot of stuff, and I'm like, okay, y'all, one thing at a time. We'll get there, and if even if it ain't 21, we'll do it in 22. But we do have the fall line that'll be coming out. So that'll be, winter, fall things, still athletic wear and leisure wear. But yeah, that's all it consists of right now. Just athletic wear and leisure wear. Go to wear it to the gym or wherever, to work out in and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's perfect too, because after 2020, a lot of us put on some LBs. So
okay.
That fits right into play.
So how would I go about? I want to rock one of your shirts.
Okay. You could go on the website and order, or you could order from off the Facebook page. And once I get the order, the website is www.jpiventerprises.org, and you just click on the link for not by labor or NBL5.
What was that again? What was that again? I'm gonna put it up.
JPIV.
IV. Okay.
Enterprises.
Okay, enterprises.org.
All right. And you go ahead and you'll see the tees up there. Just go ahead and if you want a shirt, order a shirt, and that's it. And then it'll be sent out to you. So that's how you can order. And the website will be going how can I say, under construction. So we could put, all the new stuff for the 4th of July drop and the new pics, with the models, everything new. So it'll be getting a whole new face. Say in like the next 2 weeks, we'll have a whole new face for the website.
Awesome. Sounds
and make
good.
sure you keep tabs because we're gonna get a shirt and we're gonna rock it on the
Oh,
show.
hey, I like that.
Mhm. Most definitely.
Thank
Speaking of
you.
shirts,
Thank you.
Let me just
custom.
make sure that's right. Is that it right there?
Yeah.
JPIV Enterprises.org.
Yes.
That it? Okay, good. All right. As long as it's right. All right. All
Yeah.
right. Cool. That's awesome. Hey, we got some more comments out there. So let's see what's going on with that.
Yeah. Property.
Let's see. Okay, we got Wendell Cole. He says NC checking in. What's going on, Wendell? Thanks for tuning in, brother.
All
Appreciate
right,
you.
Corey. All right.
Mm-hmm. And Shayna says, what's going on, Shayna? She says, hey family, what's going on? What's going on, Shayna? Thanks for tuning in, baby. And Wendell says facts. He was talking about the conversation we were having about title.
Okay. Awesome.
And Tom Mitchell says, dinner time. God bless. So, cool. Hey, you right, man. I'm hungry too,
I
Tom.
know that's right.
What you eating on, buddy?
I'm gonna have a wheatgrass shake and of cauliflower.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
So, how about what you want to tackle next? The public speaking, the author. We have so many titles. You know, what would you like to? This is your platform today. We're
Mhm.
giving you your flowers.
We can talk about the public speaking, motivational speaking. It
Mhm.
kind of can go hand in hand, with the life coach, but that's really, wherever I'm invited to speak, or my business partner and I, Brenda, we have done like a lot of conferences together, to where as though I'm speaking, but that's just something that, again, I love to do, to share. But with that, I really like give a lot of, direction, a lot of tools again, but it's just speaking to those that are in front of me, sharing what I have, basically, my story, what I've come through. I know, let's see, I spoke to a room full of women, and I shared everything just to pick them up, to let them know, okay, I'm a solo mom as well. So, I really get it. But what I want you to know is that you don't have to like lay on your back to get the bills paid.
Right.
You don't have to, have your low self-esteem that it just have a man run over top of you. Like, I'm a female too, so I get it. So I get the things, that
Right.
you go through. But I also choose that if I go there for a second, I choose not to stay there. I choose not to blame it on my children's fathers. And I tell every solo mom, I'm sure 99.999, they know that they have a child. That's their choice. They have to choose. My kids' father, they had to choose. But I had to keep on going. I had to pick it up. Child support wasn't paid. Okay, child support wasn't paid, but that don't mean that he's not gonna have no shoes. That don't mean that he can't, go ahead and participate in basketball. We gonna make this happen. We got a community. Ask for help. Don't be, I know when we were homeless more than once. So, I tell them it's not because I didn't pay my bills or I neglected. No, every job that I had that was paying me 40, 50, 60,000 ended. So what do you do when you don't have a job? So then that's where the struggle came in, especially when you have like two, at the time I had three kids, down to two. I didn't lose one. He just decided to go his other way. So, but when you got two kids in high school, you have an older child that you're trying to help, when she needs it and everything, that, you still got to make things, the best you can. I remember we was in the hotels living, because we didn't have our home at the time, on Christmas, but I did the best I could for Christmas. It wasn't no great big, oh my God, $1,000 Christmas for each child, but they got something. And those are just the times that I share to let them know, sis, even men, gentlemen, bro, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? My dad, he committed suicide. My
Wow.
dad was, he was on drugs out of Chester. My mom on drugs, so
Wow.
all the excuses that they may try to give, or just, women, men, it's like, okay, let me go ahead and put this out here to let you know. Don't look at me again. like I'm this, I'm that. I am what I am, but I had to get here. You know what I'm saying? I had to get here. It was times where as though, I had to talk to myself because I was done. I was like, I
Right.
can't do this no more. And I had to motivate myself because I didn't have anybody else talking to me. I might have had people praying for me, but prayer and motivation, a little motivational talk, that's two different things. That is two totally different things. So, I had to get in my own ear and I had to talk to myself. And then I would turn around in the back seat and look at them faces. And I'm like, okay, I don't know where we're going to go, but we're not going to sleep in this car. Something going to work out. And I just had to, I had to keep going. I couldn't stop. I couldn't end it because I had them that, I had to take care of, that I'm responsible for. So it's really, when I get to platforms and I'm invited, to places, I've been to, corporate places just to encourage the employees on what they can do different, and how they can really, how they got to apply themselves to themselves in order to do their job. You got to be able to really be okay with you to come in here and really like perform the way that you are. Don't come in here bitter, nasty every day because of what happened at home. Just different tools, again, that I just give. It depends on the platform and whom I'm speaking to. And just, go ahead and apply those real, I like to say I'm a real life transform, motivational speaker. I'm not just a motivational speaker. No, I want to speak real life into you to transform you, to motivate you to want to do something different. And it doesn't matter where you've been. I just gave you all these things, and that was just a touch of what I've walked through. You could come through that. Come on. You could get up. You could come through that.
And see, that's good, because you're very transparent, because somebody out there is dealing with the same thing right now. You know what I mean? Going through being homeless, having the kids and stuff like that, but it didn't stop you. You just have to be tired of being sick and tired all the time.
You do.
You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to hit solid rock bottom. Some people think they hit rock. No, you didn't hit rock bottom yet.
No.
And when you start getting it together, that's when you hit rock bottom. That's when you're trying to, get yourself together. Right. And I appreciate you being transparent like that, to let everybody know that, you had a hard road to get to where you are. It wasn't easy. It wasn't, they have a silver spoon in your mouth. You know what I mean? You overcame stuff. Like I tell people all the time, you have people that I've noticed, like I've seen people that their parents are on drugs and they still succeed or are successful. Then you have people that have successful parents that give them everything and they're not successful at all. It's like they drop right there. So again, it's the character of the person, and what they have to endure and go through that builds that character as well. So I commend you on being so transparent. We do have some comments I want to get out of the way, because this is before we skip the subject. Wendell wants to know, he wants to know, how did you get the line legalized? Talking about the clothing line. How did you get that legalized?
It's really not, well, I'm not going to say it's really not. Depending on the state that you live in.
Okay.
It's just things that you have to, you have to look up. You have to like your trademark and, your name. Make sure you certify your name, your you have to, your business license, so you can be legal. Get your EIN number and, all those things. And I didn't know, but again, like my business partner, she just happens to be a business consultant. So, hey, I was like, look, I don't know none of this stuff. How much I gotta pay you to do this? That's your field. You get this done for me. So, she has a consulting firm, so she really knows all those ins and outs. But all I say is that from the business bank account to the business license to the business phone number, she got me legalized. If that answers his question. Like, it's just all those things that you really have to make sure you have in line to make, to legalize it. And again, when people think it's all of this, it's really not. And guess what? It don't cost a lot of money. Please know that. And I'm just saying it like that. Don't think it's like thousands and thousands. It's not. I know everything that she did on top of my fee that I had to pay her. It was not even like $1,000. The little licenses and the things you got to file just with the state and things like that. Trust me, it's not a lot. It's not. It's not.
Awesome. And then we got Quincy. Quincy, what's going on, Quincy? He says someone dealing with drug addiction could definitely benefit from a life coach. Having someone in your corner to motivate you to keep and uplift instead of self-medication using illegal drugs. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for that, brother. We appreciate you and always appreciate your support. Thank you. And Lakaya says, hello, Chucky, William, and guests. What's going on, Lakaya? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I need to see that shirt. We need to see that shirt.
For mine or Lakaya?
No, Feel Good Talk. She got a shirt. You see, we want to see that on you. So she's supposed to send me a picture. So we'll talk later. But again, all right. So, and this is the website here, www.jpiventerprises.org. So, but yeah,
that was a lot, Mo.
Yeah, was.
You always were outspoken and transparent, and I commend you because a lot of times pride gets in the way.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things you just said, you know, a lot of people would keep that bottled up, not knowing that you gotta let that out. That is part of the therapy. That is part of healing. And for real go-getters like myself, you, the chase is the thrill. To get where you gotta go.
Right. That's it.
You know, they used to say, like, in relationships, the chase. You know, they should try, the people that's down, try that chase. That chase, it's an awesome thrill ride. Because you look back at what you went through and accomplished, and it makes you want more. Like, look what I did. I want more. I want more. And a lot of people don't have that skill. You know, go back to when we was in school. Well, when y'all was in school, 88. It was like me, you know, when they used to say, stand up in class and read. You know how many people would have a nervous breakdown? They couldn't do it. That takes that public speaking motivation.
Courage.
It's a skill that not many have. That is something.
And let me just say this too, Will. That's like the number one fear. I think it's number one in the world as far as speaking. It's up there with heights. I think it's heights and it's something else. But yeah, I think that's number one, public speaking.
Mice and thunder and lightning.
Yeah. Check that off the list. Check that off.
That they number one. They all high on the you know what I mean?
I know that's right.
Speak, but if I see one of them little remote control cars with fur on it run by, I don't care where we at. Walmart, I see Walmart. I'll Walmart it right back out of the store. Thunder and lightning, I still get under the cover. I know
that's right.
Hey,
it's okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, hey, at least you admit it, you know.
Right.
You know?
Oh my God, now there's nothing wrong with it. He told me we was getting on a plane. We're gonna do a show on the West Coast. So I'm scared to fly. I can't say what he said because our identification, but
I know that's
oh man. Well, anyway.
But yeah, that takes us that takes special people to do that because we invited many people to be guests on the show, and a lot of them declined because they're like, I don't think I could do it.
Really?
Like, it's nothing to it. You know, if you sit and have the conversation with us,
and that's it.
Yeah.
That fear, you know.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, they get, you know, proud.
Wow.
Shout out to you for that. That takes a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that's the most that I love to do. Honestly, like I love motivation.
I was ready to ask you that. What you love doing the most, but you go ahead. You answer it.
Oh
go ahead.
Yeah, that's the most that the thing that I really love to do is to like give a word or do a speaking or something like that. I really do love that, honestly. So that would really be my number one. Public speaking, motivational speaking, even when I gotta bring a word of God. I mean, I love that too, because I love to reach, reach people. So it's just a matter of, with me, I get out of it is that you get a takeaway. Because other than that, then I haven't really done a justice or a service or anything. So that's what I really, really love, because I've come through so much.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't think it was easy. You never heard me say that. It was not a cakewalk or a flower bed. But I just need you to know that I've been there. I really have. I've been there with my kids and everything. I've been there. I understand.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, listen, before we get any further, I gotta pay the bill, so I gotta give a shout out to our sponsor. So we're gonna take a 30-second commercial break, and then we're gonna come right back. All right, and this is the
Okay.
A. All right.
All right.
And that is the A game, great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. And this is for men only, just to let everyone know, it's for men only. So again, I have about 3 free samples. I know yesterday, hey, yo, Chuck, why every time I talk to you, you always got 3 free samples? Well, it's because I'm always reeing up. See that? So give me a call, 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836, and get your free sample of the A game. I'm going to tell you, once you take the A game, you'll never go back. So just put that out there.
It really works. It really works.
That's right.
Make sure you by yourself. You won't have to go to Wanker County. Be an author as well.
Yes. I published my book. It's been some years now, but that was my story: cards, shoes, and cake. And where I got the title, because like I said, I've been dealt some cards, you know what I mean? And it wasn't a poker game. And I just I like to say to anybody, before you judge me, just put my shoes on. That's it. Just tell me if you could get a toe in my shoes. My own, my family, my sisters, they have said, like, girl, I don't even want to put your shoes on. Like, no, you don't want to wear her shoes, things like that. And just, cake. Everybody wants their cake and eat it too, but that's not what life really give you. Like, and sometimes wanting your cake and eating it too, that might not be a good choice for you. So, I came up with the title Card, Shoes, and Cake. And I just, I told the first half, of my story, things I've been through when I was out there in the street selling drugs and working full time. Great job in the nursing field, but I was greedy, loved money, and loved to shop, and all of that. And where it landed me in that clink clink, and baby, that ain't nowhere nobody wants to be. Honestly, you don't want to be there, and that's just it might look cool, it seem cool, but honey, ain't no, for women, ain't no weave, ain't no nails, ain't no makeup, ain't no red bottoms. Like, ain't none of that on that other side of that wall. Okay. So, I just kept it real and told my story, about how, I was abandoned even as an adult by my mom, my father committing suicide, and, just told my story and kept it real. That's all. Again, to help somebody else, and why do I ain't gonna keep it to myself. I didn't live that. Like, go on, take it. If you can learn from it, learn from it. That's it. So yeah, published author. That's on the list also.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right, another book.
You know what? I really haven't had the hunger or the urge for it. I'd rather just tell my story than, really have to write another book. My business partner's been pushing me to write this book. We have conversations, but it's really like to women that are married. And even though I'm not there yet, it's still some things that I just look at married women and be like, wow, you really still have a lot to learn. Just because you're a wife don't mean that you living that life. And I'm just going to keep okay. And again, you just got a title. That's all you got. That's all you have. So that's a book that she's been pushing me to write. But other than that, I really don't have that drive to write another book yet.
Well, tell you what, Moneira, we could do a movie, and me and Will will star in it wherever you want us to play. I don't care. I'll be right on the corner or whatever. We can both, we both play something. You know what I mean? We got.
Let's do that. Call Lifetime. Call Lifetime. Let's get it done. Okay, let's get it done.
You know what? I mean, that would be an awesome story, though. I mean, from what you went through and what you're accomplishing now. Right. I mean, I think it would definitely sell. I know it would sell. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, call TD Jakes and tell him. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'll let you do that one.
What's up? As long as I get to exploit my modeling skills.
You got it. I will put that in the contract.
I'll be more than happy to participate.
Okay.
Exactly.
I can act a little.
I know that's right. We got you.
You steal my cornbread? There you go. No. There's mine right there.
But it's funny because you have like this is the first formal conversation all three of us have had, and you touched on a lot of things that Chuck and I discuss daily. I mean, we want to make a difference as well. We try to help uplift businesses, people that's marching forward, and hopefully we can do some endeavors to get together later. I mean, like,
absolutely.
Hopefully we can have something where we can invite at-risk teenagers and have but we do it from the muscle, like hey, come on through, y'all, come sit down and eat with us and let us try to steer you in a positive direction. Maybe you can learn something.
I think that would be great. That would be
great. We're trying to change narrative as far as all this negativity out here and keep it positive, So like everything on Feel Good Talk is family friendly. So anybody can look at any program and you wouldn't feel offended or, ashamed. So again, that's what we're trying to do. I mean, we see so much of the bull crap out there. So we just try to bring the realness here and then bring people that are doing major things like yourself and, other people that's out there. So
that's great. I would love to be a part or help you guys because just being a mother of a Black son, it's so needed. He can go to the barbershop and come back hours later and tell me like, what he calls his barber Unc, but he's just like Mom, like the old head, but just what he said to me. And it really does. Please just know them seeds really do carry. You know what I'm saying? Them young minds, they soaking it up because a lot of them don't have it. Like right now, his father isn't in, present. He's in his life, but he's over there, in his life. So he might get like a little 15-minute phone call from him. So it ain't many nuggets that he can drop.
Right.
The men that he is surrounded with, they do, uplift. So when I say it's needed, because with being a mother of a Black son and this, like you said, these days and times, sit down, get some pizzas, invite them young bulls and just chop away. Trust me, chop away.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And I love to talk too. My dad used to do that to us all the time too. Sit us down, be there for 3 hours, just talk.
I remember that. I remember you used to. I remember your dad used to have them talks with y'all.
Yeah.
Your dad used to have a lot of wisdom though, because I remember.
Yeah, my dad, he still do. Yeah, like he talks. But listen, let me tell you something. I'll be like, all right, I'm going to go. Sit down for a minute. I got to talk. Y'all like, oh man.
But it helped.
It did. It helped. You know what I mean? Right. My grandfather was the same. Like when we were coming, we had a lot of strong men in our family, man. My Uncle Dave, we had a lot of strong men.
That means a lot.
It does, man. And like I said, we don't have that no more. Like a lot of these kids don't have that in this generation because it's sad, man. It's sad. But we used to have a lot of talks. And I mean, I used to get so tired. Right. But at the end of the day, it helped us out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And years later, you still remember it.
Yeah, I know. We still mess with it too. Dad, remember he said
right. So years later, you still have it.
Right.
That's what is most important, that you still have it and you can pass it on. That's what really means something.
Yep, and that carried on to my kids. They used to hate when I was getting to my little, and I didn't realize that it was because of all those talks I had that I instilled that in them. And they be like, "Oh, here comes Daddy, come upstairs. You know, here you go. You ready to start talking? Open the door, shut the door.
Right.
All right, sit down for a minute. I need to talk to y'all. You know." And then we just go right into it. And they be sitting there.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You know, so I mean, yeah, we definitely missing that. We definitely missing those days. So.
Yeah, for real.
You know what? Before I forget, Mo, also we might tinker with the idea, because we've done a few, we were present at a few. We might, host our own pop-up shop.
Okay.
Help so many businesses. We figured, what if we did one, invite guys, or we have one, and we interview everybody, and see if we can help extend an olive branch in business wise. Well, we got a lot of ideas that we working on, and sometimes somebody like you, that another go-getter with a fresher idea, that we come mix it all together. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Get a masterpiece out of the deal. So
reach out. I would love to be a part of
things, and we will be staying in touch, and we try to stay in touch with everybody we work with, because one of these days we're gonna have something big.
Okay. And big. even if you don't get to the big, just start with the small. Because trust me when I say
exactly.
The small to business owners, that even means a lot. Just somebody who don't know how to get their product or what they do in front of other people. That little invite right there, it helps. I have 2 young girls that I see now booming in the lash business, but they didn't know how to start. But now, man, she's selling lashes and lip gloss like, crazy, for real.
Lipstick is popping.
Right. Just that little one, even, start off 5 vendors. Do it. Then move it on up. Yeah. So trust me, it really makes a difference. It really does.
Hey, Wendell says we need more old heads. Yes, we do, Wendell. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yep.
So hey, it's an awesome conversation. Hey, anything you want to add that we didn't touch on before, because our time is running down a little bit? Anything that you would like to bring up that we didn't mention, or that you might want to get out there?
No, really, William covered like everything, that I do. And just to, encourage people, stay encouraged. They got the website. If it's anything that I can do to encourage the men, when I say it's really important, approach them gently, but don't be afraid to approach these young bulls, because they're hungry for it. I was a dean at a school in Baltimore, and the things that I've seen, they hungry for it. They need it because they don't have it.
Right.
So like, take that step and, and grab one, because you might lose many, but you're going to save a life. You're going to save a life. So other than that, that's it. Buy up that NBL, get your shirts, get your leggings, get your bikers to go bike riding, to go to the gym. And, that's it. That's it. You can search the website, search me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, with my name, just Moneira Hawkins, put it in, and, and keep going. Don't stop. I don't care what you're doing, and don't let nobody talk you out of it. Don't. That's the best thing I can say. Don't let nobody talk you out of it, because what you got for you, what God gave you, he did not give to them.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So that was awesome. Hey, but before we get out of here, I can't top that one. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to, you can find us on LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. And you can find us on Instagram at feel.goodtalk, and you can email us at feelgoodtalk113@gmail.com. We also have a plethora, I got to say it right, plethora of shows, and I'm going to give you that right now. Let me get to it. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. I know I got to get a little fast with my hands, but I'm rolling. All right. We got the live shows. We got Feel Good Talk Love 101 on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. That's with my man, Naeem Najib. We talk about the universal principles of love. So check us out on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We also have Let's Talk About It on Thursdays at 7 p.m. with Izzy Meditates and Kendra Moore. They always have great topics on there, so definitely check them out. And tonight we have Williams World. That's Fridays at 6 p.m. with my man William Dickerson. He's playing around now, going behind the screen. We also have Jamila J's Girl Talk on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. She's coming all the way from California, so check her out. This week we'll be on at we'll be on at 2:00 this week. 2:00 this. We had to move it up a little bit. And also we have Give Me Some Sugar, Baking with Steven on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to know how to bake, he does everything right here live. He bakes cookies, pies, everything. So check him out. He's coming all the way from Arizona. So check him out. And we also have pre-recorded shows. Mondays, we have Mindfulness Mondays with Izzy Meditates. That's Mondays at 9 a.m. She's always having some type of meditation, some small meditations for you to get through the day. We have Words from the Heart with Shayna Gordine. That's Tuesdays at 9 a.m. She always has some type of inspiration or inspirational words to get you through the day as well. More Life with Essential Oils on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. She's our essential oils coach. Check her out. She has all types of, I didn't know essential oils did so many things. So definitely check her out. She tells you all kinds of stuff that you need to know. And we also have Cassandra's Corner Saturdays at 10 a.m. This is for the kids out there. Let them check out Cassandra. She's interviewing kid entrepreneurs. She also does arts and crafts, read books. So definitely check her out. It's a great time. So sit the kids down and let them learn a little something. So these are the different shows we have here at Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. And again, we got something for everybody.
Absolutely.
So anybody, I guess, any last words or anything? Or, well, Will, you take it. This shit, talk to me, baby. What's up?
Yes. I was born in Chester, PA.
Absolutely.
Wrong show. Yeah, well, first I want to say thank you, Miss Mo, for gracing us with your presence. It's always an honor. You always drop jewels on us. We always learn something in a conversation with you. That's a good thing. Hopefully we look forward to something more in the near future. And I will be ordering a shirt. Chuck, we'll be ordering shirts, and look out. We will let you know so you can watch the show, because we will wear them on the show.
Absolutely.
We'll let you know the day of. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll see you soon. And that's it for us this Friday night. For Miss Mo.
Thank you.
NBL 5. Amen. God bless and good night. See y'all next Friday.
Yes.
Right.
Peace. Thanks, Moneira. Appreciate you. 88.